Hey guys, yeah, I know, once again, long time no see, right? First off, considering the time that this is coming out, happy holidays. I hope those of you who have been watching this have had a good one, especially considering the crap that went on this year. You know, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. You celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Those of you who are probably into Kwanzaa right now, since it tends to happen right after Christmas, and Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus, whatever you celebrate. Yule, I'm a fan of Yule, to be honest, but hope that yours went well. Mine is so far going pretty well, and it's capping off a rather stressful couple of months. As the title of this, because I already know what I'm going to make the title for this. The title of this suggests things have been, well, I'm here to explain how things have been. Things have been, yeah, they've been a little nuts. I've noticed, because I am somebody who watches YouTube as well as put videos up on it, though I haven't been putting up lately, which is why I'm putting this one up to explain why. I noticed there, one common thing that we've been seeing with certain channels is the topic of burnout. Sometimes people will put out, a channel that does really, really, really well, and then they feel the extra pressure. They keep trying to put out content, and then after a while, they just can't push it, and they start to fall off, and then they have to put up a video where they're like, I'm burnt out, but don't worry, and that sort of thing. I'm here to tell you that that's not really what's going on here. I'm not necessarily experiencing burnout. Not really. I still have a whole lot of freaking ideas, and I feel the need to try to get them out, and I've told you some of the things that I wanted to do. It also helps that this is not my career. Yes, I do have a Patreon page, but it's more of a like, hey, look, you want to help, support me, maybe help me put a little bit extra gas in my tank, go, please do so. I know for those of you who are still stuck around on the Patreon side of things, I really appreciate it. And by the way, we need to talk because I got to revamp it. It's way overdue for a revamp. But this really isn't how I put food on the table. This is more of a hobbyist thing. This is something that I took pleasure in. Like, it's a way for me to share ideas that I've had, passions that I've had, rants that I have, that sort of thing. And since I'm not depending on it to survive, to make ends meet, so to speak, if the channel ends up disappearing one day while I'll be sad, whatever. It's not my career. I'm an IT dude. I'm an IT tech. That's how I put food on the table. That's how I make ends meet. So burnout isn't really the problem. What's going on? What's actually going on is that I'm just really, really tired. Really tired. And things have really gotten in the way. Besides my energy levels being low because I'm so tired, that it's been keeping the videos I wanted to make from coming up. What do I mean by being really, really tired? Well, it's the holidays. I'm an IT tech for a large company that wants to keep pumping things out. And this is the time of year where things are ramped up. Ever since November, hell, I want to say even ever since the middle of October, I've been working like 11-hour to 12-hour shifts. And on top of that, I happen to have an hour commute to and from. So consider having to drive to work for an hour, working for up to 12 hours, taking another hour to drive home, having certain responsibilities that you got to do at the house, because remember, kids still need to go to school, things like that. There's very little time left. The little bit of time you do have is going to be spent more recuperating than actually getting other projects off the ground. And then you got to factor in the fact that I live in Washington now. And one thing that Washington is known for is gloomy weather. So chances were good, and in fact it was about 95 to 99% that when I did have the energy to finally get up and like, okay, let's get stuff going, it would rain, or, you know, the ground is too uneven for me to get what I wanted to get done, or I just didn't have the supplies for certain things I wanted to do. Like, everything was working against me. So, like, between having to recuperate from work, you could probably even see on my face, I'm just, I've just been tired. I've just had, you know, it's like hard to keep them. I was just barely able to get my responsibilities done. And then having to do, you know, extra martial arts and YouTube stuff and getting videos. And I mean, yeah, I probably could have put out just some talking head videos on top of stuff, but that's not what I had promised. So I didn't want to give you guys a whole bunch of filler. You know, I wanted to like put out the reviews that I am way overdue on. I wanted to put out some of the application stuff that I wanted, like discussions on certain sword moves, and, you know, I got a whole idea wrapped around that. I still have, well, this one's more of a talking head one that I could put out, but I need to get certain facts and certain things I'm researching first before I put it up. There's a lot of, like, the stuff I want to do, there's prep that needs to be done, and it takes energy to do that, and work has been really draining that out of me. And then when I do have the energy, then I have to deal with wet weather, you know, constant rain, and I really don't want to ruin the swords that I do have. You could just say, well, just wipe those things down, but it's kind of hard to do. I've literally been in a situation where it was raining and I decided to go out there and do some tests anyway, and I brought the swords inside and tried to dry them out as best I could, and the next day they were still rust spots. I don't really want to deal with that again. So this is what I've been dealing with, just this combination of crap that's kept me from pumping out the stuff that I wanted to put out. This is not saying that I'm expecting this to stay this way indefinitely. The holiday season, as I'm recording this, it's almost the end of December. Like, I'm actually recording this Christmas Day. I don't see it, things will slow down January. I mean, granted, I'm going to be dealing with snow, but I'm hoping that I can at least get some stuff done so I can at least get the reviews out, because I really want to get the reviews out. The latest batch of swords that I had gotten from LK Chen are really freaking good. From the handling to how well they cut and perform, the way they look, I'm a fan. And by the way, I mean, I've already expressed this, and I've already, you know, explained this to some people, but just in case anybody really wants to know, it's not like I work for the company, and it's not like, you know, I'm just shilling for them. If I say that they're good, it's because I really do think that they're good. Remember, I was also the person pointing out when they were having quality control problems, which I still think that they could improve upon. They've improved greatly since the very first batch of reviews I've ever done for them. Their quality control has certainly gotten better. Still could use a little bit more improvement from what I've seen here and there, but the latest batch of things I've gotten from them have been solid. They've really gotten better in that department. And their blades have always been really good. Just the working part of the swords, just the straight up blades themselves and the edges on them, the way they're crafted, great. In this latest batch of Dahl that I've gotten, I really want to like do a proper review, because you guys got to see them, especially the Mialdo. The Mialdo is, whoo, that thing, and that's actually the one that I've been having the biggest problem trying to review properly, because considering the type of sword it is and how it functions, I really don't want to waste it on just cutting bottles. I still need to get my hands in some proper cutting targets, and you could just say, well, just get the Tommy. Tommy's kind of expensive, and I mean, sure, I could maybe grab a batch, but I have to justify that with the budget that I have, you know, as far as the house goes. I can't really justify that expense right now. Probably down the line, yes. I'm thinking in like, if within the next 3 months, I definitely be able to at least be able to justify that. The problem is, I don't want to have to wait 3 months. So that's the dilemma I'm dealing with. I mean, if you guys are willing to see a review where I'm kind of cutting up bottles, maybe a large cardboard box or something, fine, but I don't think that those are proper targets for that sword. I want to do that one justice, because you see a sword that massive, you want to like really see it cut through a proper target. This is not to say that I don't think certain bottles aren't good targets. Like the bottles I pick, I always try to make sure that they're at least hard shells so that you know that they can at least bite into something that would probably bounce off an inferior blade, but you know, people still look at the bottles like, and I can understand why. So that's one of the holdups. The other swords, by the way, they all slice through just fine, but it's just, that's the main beast that I want to do properly. The other doll that I received, also I would like to do them proper justice, and the bit of footage I do have is good, but I need more. It's like just 2-3 cuts here and there, and the angles weren't quite right. Like I really want to do them proper justice, but I've been dealing with the weather, and even right now, the time that I'm recording this, it's been snowing. Yeah, though snow's better than rain, so I guess there's that. Well, as far as getting cutting footage is concerned, it's better. Not better for me. I hate the snow. I don't like winter. It looks pretty, but once you step out in it, it ain't fun. So, but yeah, I just want to explain why it is that you haven't been seeing videos from me lately. It's just that I've been so freaking busy and really tired because of it. And between that and circumstances such as the weather keeping me from doing what I want to do, yeah, that's just been keeping me from pumping out the stuff that I want. And considering that this is not a job, I'll admit, I mean, I feel pressure for putting a video out in the sense of, I know you guys want to see some stuff, and I do like the fact that the little community I have over here, you know, are eagerly awaiting what I'm going to put out. Some of you guys actually talk to me directly, and it's fun when I'm able to speak to you guys. But, yeah, since it's not like a job, I'm like, well, I already got something else, you know, feeding me. So, you know, I don't feel like I'm going to put out some filler video just so I can try to get some ad revenue, which I barely get much anyway, because I don't really, you may have noticed I barely put ads on my videos anyway. Like I usually just set it up so that there's one in the beginning, one at the end, and you can skip them, and that's it. I hate it when it's in the middle. I hate it when it's in the middle. I don't care that you can get more money that way and how bad the algorithms are going, whatever. I'm not changing that. Sorry, no. If I'm going to be making any money off the videos, it's going to be through Patreon or some other means. That's it. And even then, it's only if people want to. You guys get to decide whether it's worth putting a couple of bucks in there or not. And that's the way it should be. So, oh, and again, on that, Patreon people, I really, really need to sit down and talk to you guys, have a meeting on how to revamp it fairly for everybody involved. I don't like the way it's set up. I want to offer, like, change the tiers up a little bit. I don't want to raise the tiers in terms of going higher than 15. I'm actually thinking of bringing it down to 10. That's a discussion for later, but just saying that I'm not happy with the way it is, and I want to offer some other stuff. I want to offer things that I can provide. So, yeah, that's something else that's on the line. On to a bit of a happier topic. I do have a video, like I said, that I can at least be able to put out. Hoping to get it out before the end of this year. It is going to be sort of a talky one, but I think it's going to be worth it. It is going to be on swords, and it's going to be kind of on the evolution of a particular one that I've been seeing in the market for a few years now, and kind of how we got to this point, because I'm finding it rather fascinating, considering what I've seen with the market over the years. It's really interesting to me how the Chinese sword market has changed since when I first saw it, and was even part of it for a little while. It's kind of funny to me the way the trends have been going with it. So I just wanted to touch on that, and that video will be at least something that I can put out. Also, my quote-unquote traditional end-of-the-year stream that I usually do, I would like to do it again around New Year's, but it depends on whether you guys want to, you know, be a part of it or not, like if you want me to do it again. If we do it again, I'm not too sure what game I'd want to stream. It's probably going to be Dark Souls 3, maybe, unless I can convince more of you guys to pick up Tekken, because I would really love that. If I can get at least 5 people to play Tekken, you know, and set up a lobby, that would be freaking awesome. Even better if we can get 8, because then I could do our little private online tournament, and that would be even better. But I can't force you guys to pick up a game that you don't want to play. So whatever. If you guys want that live stream, we can do that. Also, I'm way overdue for a Q&A, so we can make it a part Q&A thing as well. Just let me know in the comments if that's something that you want, you're looking forward to, and I'll try to make it a good one this year. This can kind of make up for the past couple of months that I didn't put up any videos, all right? I'll make up for it by answering some, good questions there. So, yeah, that's about that. Oh, there is one other video that I've been heated to make. I was kind of, it was a conversation that I had with somebody recently that reminded me just how much BS is still being swirled around in the Chinese martial arts community. Just when I thought it was safe to start thinking that a lot of esoteric BS was being driven out, no, it looks like it's out there and it's stronger than ever. So I'm probably going to have to put on a video on that one just to air out my grievances, so to speak. That video is probably going to be pissing a whole lot of people off. Just warning you. Anyway, that's what I got in the pipeline. I haven't abandoned the channel. I really want to put out some quality stuff for you guys. It's just things have been getting in the way, and my energy's been low because of work and everything else. But considering that I think things are going to be dying down, now that the holiday season is winding down, I should hopefully be working a little bit less with my real job. Well, my main job. It's not like this isn't a real job. You know what I mean? I treat this like a hobby. Things will die down. I'll be able to have more energy, and then I just have to hope that the weather works for me and works with me, and the area that I do film the outside stuff will hopefully be decent terrain, because the other problem is I literally live on the top of a hill, and everything's on an incline, so that also makes things kind of difficult in moving around and such. Whatever. I don't want to get into all the gripes. The channel's not dead. I know it may seem that way. I'm just, a bit in hibernation, but it's not dead. And I do plan on putting some stuff out, hopefully before the end of this year, and then things should start ramping back up, as the weeks go by. So, hope you guys had a good holiday. Hope everything's been going well for you guys, despite the craziness of this year. It really hasn't really been that bad of a year, I don't think. Maybe that's something we can discuss on the live stream. So, hope y'all are doing okay. Catch you guys later.